another episode of Hubler out of Coach's Corner. I'm your host as always, and today my reliable co-host Zach Reese is back.
Great to be back. Going for 4 next time.
Yep, 4 will be the lucky number. And today we are joined with Franklin's head football coach and assistant athletic director, Mr. Coach Coll. How you doing today?
Very good. Thanks for having me on.
Yep, thank you for coming on. And kind of to start things off, you guys have the football team has started 3-0. Tell me what that's like. Kind of been around for you guys in the team.
It's been great. Obviously, when you win on Friday night, really haven't talked a whole lot about that. It's just been 1 week after the next, getting prepared for Friday night.
So talking about Friday night, actually, so we know I have a big rivalry game coming up and all of that. How does that go into your game planning for that week?
As far as the rivalry part of it, really, I mean, we're just planning for, obviously Whiteland's off to a 3-0 start, beat some really good teams. So it's all about preparing for the opponent and really not much talk or attention given to the rivalry or whatever it is.
This year, you guys, we as a football team have a bigger class. Tell me what the seniors kind of bring to the table and what they do to lead the team.
First of all, a lot of experience. A lot of this senior class has played a lot of football, so they bring a lot of experience to the field for us. Leadership and maturity has been very good. So I think those two things really stand out. And they also bring a real positivity to the team. I think we have a very united and tight team, and I think that example has been set by this senior class.
So talking more or less about the seniors and more about the underclassmen, we know we had a injury with running back Alex Lugers early on the season. How have underclassmen stepped up in those situations?
Well, everybody's kind of had to, it's changed some roles or added some responsibilities to some guys. Nick Barger and Caleb Owens, had to fill in some different roles than maybe what we originally planned. So Alex going out like he did, we've kind of created a committee of guys that kind of fill in some roles on that offense.
So speaking of how long any high school season is, injuries are obviously going to happen and players are going to get beat down throughout the year. Kind of as a coach, one of the hardest things it must be is to kind of schedule practice on how much you should physically put on your players. How do you kind of look about that?
Well, we just kind of keep track of where we're at rep-wise. We keep an eye on where we are physically. All of it is kind of by the eye test. We don't quite have the technology that they do at the next level to monitor all that. So just based on experience, we kind of keep an eye on where guys are, where we think we are as a team physically, and adjust our practice week based on that.
So also I saw that our sectional changed this year with 2 new teams, Whiteland staying, but 2 new teams this year. How does that, or what are your thoughts on that?
I really haven't thought a whole lot about it. We've not had a whole lot of experience with the 2 Terre Haute schools. When it comes to that time, we'll get prepared for whoever the draw is, any of the 3 teams. It's kind of neat, kind of different. It's good to have, change up that sectional every so often. Gives a little bit different flavor, get a chance to prepare maybe for some different teams. So, haven't really put a lot of thought into it, but excited, when we get there.
So you're a very accomplished coach, and one of the things that is got to be coming up is, if I'm reading it right, you're going to be 100th win as the next time the Grizzly Cubs hopefully get a win. How will that feel to kind of get the 100th win? You've already won a couple state titles. Just tell me how that will feel.
I hadn't thought about it and really didn't know that. I think more than anything, it just means I've survived long enough as a head coach and been blessed with great players and great assistant coaches. So I hadn't thought about it, didn't know that.
So finally, stepping away a little bit from the football team, more towards the community, how do you feel the community has bought into the 3-0 start and all of that this year?
Well, based on the bleachers and the stadium last Friday night, I say very bought in. I think the student body, led by our blue crew, was outstanding the other night. I feel like the community is gaining interest and support, and it always has been very supportive, but I just feel like, the energy is up a little bit. So, yeah, that's exciting.
And kind of lastly, you've been around the game of football for a very long time, obviously yourself playing in college. What has got to be the coolest experience you've ever had within the game of football?
Oh, man. I don't know if I could narrow it down to one. There's just been some neat moments, usually shared with individuals, with players, or with coaches. I don't know that I could single out any single moment, but when you sit back and you kind of look back at things every once in a while, just being able to hug certain guys on the sideline after a big win, be able to get together as a coaching staff after a big win. And a lot of it, to be honest with you, a lot of it's on the practice field. Yeah, I love the practice field and love spending my time there and just interacting with guys. So I don't know if there's any one moment. That'd be very difficult to single out. But it really revolves around the players and the coaches and the relationships that you have.
Coach, we want to appreciate your time and thank you for coming on. Best of luck to you guys the rest of the season. And Zach, we're hoping we get you back for the 4th in a row next week.
Yep, definitely. Hoping for that 4.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you,
Coach.
And that was another episode of Hubler Automotive Group Coaches Corner.
Hubler is proud to be the official sponsor of Franklin Athletics. Score massive savings on all your favorite brands. Plus, get our 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty included. For all auto needs, just click drivehubler.com. Let's go, Grizzly Cubs!